All right. All those years of your service as a judge has paid off a little bit with regard to the voice. What a pleasure and a delight to be with you again. And you guys have a room full of rock stars. Justice Jewell, who was here, where did he end up going? There he is, still there. You have your state representative, Lacey Hull, over here. And then, what branch would Justice Jewell be representing? Judicial branch. What branch would Representative Lacey Hull be representing?
Legislative.
And what's that other branch?
Executive.
I'm the county commissioner. So you're covered this morning with regard to your branches in terms of your elected service. And I've been asked to talk today about Constitution Day, and I love having us started off with the blowing of the shofar, gathering of the assembly. I've got a shofar as well, and I also have a ram's horn version as well, in addition to the voodoo horn. This also happens to be the High Holy Days and Yom Kippur, and that's appropriate that blends in our faith tradition here at Katy Christian as we celebrate Constitution Day as well. There's another executive branch contender over there. I'd like to talk about the Constitution today, and in three parts, and then I'm going to open myself up for questions, cross-examination for those of you who like the legal field. And I feel, to a certain extent, like I'm back at Home Folks Day, because I know a number of you, Jim Bobo over here, we were fighting the pro-life wars back when it wasn't popular to be pro-life.
God answered our prayers too. It was amazing.
And a number of others of you I've known over the years and had the privilege of working with in the cause. Joe and I were arguing earlier whether it was Moses that we met or Abraham when we met, because we've been friends for such a long time in terms of that. But with the Constitution, I'd like to back off on the Constitution a little bit. Now, my team, by the way, I have a gift for you today, and when I'm done talking to you, I have to leave to go do some stuff, and so I'll take off in a few minutes instead of being here. But I'm going to leave a gift for you today. Actually, I'll leave two gifts. I'll leave my pretty pictures behind that you can give away. But my other gift is Elizabeth Stinston. Elizabeth, would you please stand up? Elizabeth is the head of our Community Assistance Department. And it is her job, and she comes with the Magic County iPad. And so if you have an issue in Harris County, do you have the iPad there? Okay, hold it up so they can see it. This document is not as important as your Bible. But that Magic County iPad allows her that if you have an issue with regard to drainage, not being the way it's supposed to be, or a road not operating the way that it's supposed to be, or you got a pothole that needs to be fixed, whether it is in the precinct 4 or elsewhere, it is her responsibility to put you into contact with that other governmental entity. Have any of y'all engaged in that thing where you pick up the phone and you call somebody, and then you tell your story and they transfer you to someone else, and then you tell your story a second time, and then they transfer you to a third? About the fifth time you've told your story, you are losing your Christian witness. And the person that you are talking to has no idea of why you are connected to them. This was not my idea. I wish it was. But in Precinct 4, I inherited the idea that CAD's role is when you call them, you get a human being, and it is their job to find your answer. And so she will remain here for all of your questions with the Magic iPad. She's got maps over there, the precinct for your parks and things like that. And so because I've been invited to come as your commissioner as opposed to coming as a politician, I bring a gift. And that is this person who will answer. Now, she may not know the answer today or right away. When you call, they don't always know, but they will take your information, hang up, and then go find out what it is that you need to know, and then put you into contact with the person who can help you. And so, that's a novel concept, but I love it, and it makes the world a lot better. So that's my gift for you when you go. You can sit down now, Elizabeth. The Constitution. And I've had the privilege over the years of being invited to do a Bible study every now and then, and you always want to know the scriptures in the what? What's that word that we use? You want to know the scriptures in the context. Somebody I heard. You want it in the context. So the context of the Constitution is the Declaration of Independence. And I was asked, what is the title of today's talk when we're talking about the Constitution? And I think I like to say, instead of calling it the Declaration of Independence, our founding fathers actually gave a declaration of dependence. Now, a few of you are raising your eyebrows. What are you talking about, Commissioner? It was not a declaration of independence. It was a declaration of dependence. Independence of Britain, dependence upon God. And and we'll talk about the Constitution in just a moment, but in the context of how we got here, we first had to declare dependence from England and independence of England and dependence upon God. And I have this cool little Declaration of Independence. And let me read you the first 3 sentences, and then I'm going to read you the last 3 sentences of the Declaration for the context of where our founding documents come together. In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 states of America, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created. And if you are created, that means there was a creator. Created equal. And that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So right there in the beginning of the preamble, boom, you are created. Judge